Good day, everyone. I am Professor Frank. Today, our topic will be on international marketing communication strategies. Marketing communication no longer operates only within national borders. Brands today communicate across continents. Consumers from different cultures encounter the same brands. This global environment creates opportunities. It also creates challenges. International marketing communication refers to the strategies companies use to promote brands across different countries and cultures. These strategies must consider economic conditions, cultural expectations, consumer behavior, legal regulations. Let's first examine the global market landscape. The global marketplace is composed of developed markets and developing markets. Developed markets include economies such as the United States, Western Europe, and Japan. These markets often have high purchasing power. Infrastructure is advanced. Consumers are sophisticated. However, these markets are also highly competitive. Many brands compete for attention. Consumers are experienced and selective. For example, launching a premium product in a developed market may face strong competition from established brands. Brand loyalty is often strong. Therefore, communication strategies must be highly differentiated. Brands must present a clear value proposition. They must communicate innovation, quality, trust. Now, let us consider developing markets. Developing markets include many countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. These markets offer strong growth potential. Population growth is often higher. Consumer markets are expanding rapidly. However, developing markets may present challenges. Infrastructure may be uneven. Regulatory systems may vary. Consumer purchasing power may be inconsistent. Marketing communication strategies must therefore be flexible. Companies must understand local consumer behavior. Let us consider an example. McDonald's operates in both developed and developing markets. In developed markets, McDonald's focuses on brand familiarity and convenience. In developing markets, McDonald's often adapts its menu. For example, in India, the company does not serve beef or pork products. Instead, it offers vegetarian options. This adaptation reflects cultural sensitivity. Another global example involves beverage brands. Companies such as Coca-Cola and Pepsi operate worldwide. However, they must adapt product offerings to local preferences. Health concerns in developed markets have pushed these companies to introduce beverages such as tea and low-sugar drinks. International marketing communication, therefore, requires a deep understanding of local context. Global brands must balance consistency with flexibility. This balance becomes central to international marketing strategy. If you have come this far, please like my lesson and subscribe to my channel. We now examine one of the most important strategic debates in international marketing: standardization versus adaptation. Standardization refers to the use of a consistent marketing strategy across global markets. This approach emphasizes efficiency. It allows companies to maintain a consistent brand image worldwide. Standardization also creates economies of scale. Campaigns can be developed once and used across multiple markets. Apple provides a strong example of standardized marketing communication. Apple advertisements across the world emphasize simplicity, innovation, and elegant design. The visual identity remains consistent. The brand message remains consistent. This approach strengthens global brand recognition. However, standardization has limitations. Consumers across countries do not always share identical preferences. Cultural differences can influence interpretation of messages. Therefore, many companies adopt adaptation strategies. Adaptation refers to modifying marketing strategies to suit local market conditions. Adaptation may involve changes to advertising messages, language, cultural symbols, product features. A famous example is KFC in China. KFC maintains its core product identity. However, the menu includes rice dishes and local flavors. This adaptation made the brand highly successful in China. Another example is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola maintains a consistent global message focused on happiness and sharing. However, its campaigns often feature local cultural themes. Names printed on bottles during the Share a Coke campaign varied across countries. This local adaptation strengthened emotional connection with consumers. The key question for multinational companies is therefore strategic balance. Should a brand fully standardize its marketing communication, or should it fully adapt? Most successful companies adopt a hybrid strategy. They maintain a core brand identity. At the same time, they adapt specific marketing elements. Nike provides an excellent example. Nike's global message emphasizes performance and inspiration. However, Nike often features local athletes in advertising campaigns. This approach connects the global brand with local culture. Unilever also demonstrates this balance. The company maintains global sustainability messages, yet product advertising often reflects local consumer needs. In tropical climates, skincare products emphasize protection from humidity and sunlight. In colder climates, the messaging may emphasize moisturizing benefits. Standardization provides efficiency and consistency. Adaptation provides relevance and cultural resonance. International marketing communication strategies must therefore integrate both approaches. The goal is global coherence with local relevance. Ethical and legal issues in international marketing communication. We now turn to an essential dimension of international marketing communication: ethics and legal compliance. Marketing communication must not only be effective, it must also be responsible. Ethical marketing communication is based on honesty, transparency, respect for consumers. Brands must present truthful information about products. Misleading communication damages trust. It may also violate legal regulations. One important ethical issue today concerns consumer data. Companies collect large amounts of consumer information. This data is used to personalize advertising. However, consumers expect their privacy to be protected. Regulations, such as the General Data Protection Regulation in Europe, require companies to disclose how consumer data is used. Failure to comply with such regulations can lead to significant penalties. For example, technology companies have faced major fines for failing to explain how consumer data was collected for advertising purposes. Legal frameworks also regulate advertising claims. False advertising laws prevent companies from making misleading claims about their products. In the United States, the Lanham Act allows competitors to challenge false advertising. Intellectual property laws also influence marketing communication. Companies must respect trademarks and copyrights. Using copyrighted images without permission may lead to lawsuits. Ethical issues also arise in cross-cultural communication. Messages that are acceptable in one culture may be offensive in another. For example, advertising campaigns must avoid stereotypes. They must demonstrate cultural sensitivity. Global brands must therefore conduct careful cultural research. Let us examine a major example of ethical failure. Volkswagen's emissions scandal, widely known as Dieselgate, involved the manipulation of emissions tests. The company had promoted its vehicles as environmentally friendly. However, software had been installed to manipulate test results. This unethical practice damaged Volkswagen's global reputation. The case demonstrates the importance of ethical communication. Brand trust can take decades to build, but it can collapse quickly. Companies therefore adopt ethical safeguards, transparency policies, ethics training programs, stakeholder engagement. Many companies conduct ethical audits to ensure compliance. For example, corporations may review marketing campaigns regularly to ensure environmental claims are accurate. Ethical marketing is not only a moral obligation, it is also a strategic necessity. Consumers increasingly value responsible brands. Trust influences purchasing decisions. Responsible marketing communication therefore contributes to long-term brand sustainability. In conclusion, we can say that international marketing communication strategies must navigate complex global environments. Developed markets offer stability but intense competition. Developing markets offer growth but require flexibility. Companies must balance standardization and adaptation. They must also operate ethically and legally. Successful global brands combine strategic consistency with cultural intelligence. They communicate responsibly. They respect consumers. They build trust across borders. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up if you like my lesson and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.